Hello, yogis. Namaskar. This is Abhishek, and welcome to I would say, the season finale. As if you don't know, and those who have been already practice knows that I was conducting yoga class for past 7 days, and it was depend on various topics. And today is the last day of that session. So yesterday I also told that it's going to be a bit different session. It's going to be a Q&A session. So if you have any question related to yoga practices or any practices that we've been practicing so far, you can ask. And if you are suffering from any issue or for maybe general query you have any, so you can let me know in the comments and I'll try to answer them with best of my knowledge. So yeah, let's start with it. uh, Till then, any question pops up, I have some general questions listed with me. So I will try to answer them. And if you feel like asking any question in between, you can just type and I'll answer that. Okay, the first question, which is generally been asked by most of the students and most of the people who are just starting their journey about yoga. So the question is, I'm a complete beginner. Where do I start? So if you're someone who's just got introduced to yoga and or maybe you're just picking up yoga and feeling confused where to start, so starting slow is the key. Don't try to push too hard because it's yoga is like completely different. Don't want to say exercise, but you are been some like doing some other practices. You are running or maybe you are doing gym and doing another kind of things. So yoga is kind of a bit of a different thing. So starting slow is a key point. You don't have to go for like 1 or 3 hours of session. Like generally people do that on their first go, they go for hardcore practices. They practice for 1 hour, 1.5 hour, and even and one more thing, don't do advanced practices. I would suggest, like, I cannot emphasize on this point enough. If you're someone who just started doing yoga, don't look at the Instagram and see like some yoga gurus or some influencers doing advanced yoga practices. So don't do that. Start with simple downward dog, upward dog, and maybe Surya Namaskar if your body allows. So do that. It's going to help you and you will become more flexible and get used to the practices. You will get used to the breathing pattern. So that will help you a lot. So that was it. That was the first question. And again, if you feel like you have any question regarding yoga or any practices or any um, problem you're going through, you can ask me in the comment section and I'll answer them with best of my knowledge. So try that. Second question is, I'm not at all flexible. Can I still do yoga? 100% yes. If you are not God gifted, unfortunately, I was not flexible at all. And most of the students there who start yoga and begin their journey, they are generally stiff because generally we don't do that much of an exercise and some we don't take care much of our posture. So generally the muscles get stiff. So it takes time to get flexible. So you don't have to compare yourself with someone you saw internet doing like complete back bend and complete forward bend in one go. So do not compare yourself with those who are practicing yoga for like almost a decade or maybe so. So it's one of those things. Do not compare yourself. Start slow, and you don't have to be flexible to start yoga. It's a journey. You will get flexible eventually. So don't rush into these things because if you try to do advanced exercises or advanced poses without complete warm up and without guidance, you might get hurt. You might get your muscle stretched or muscle pulled. Maybe you I've seen like somebody who's trying to do advanced poses or maybe try to do splits on the first day, their hip bone get dislocated and so don't do that. Don't rush into the things. Third question that we have, can yoga help in weight loss? Yes, yoga do help in weight loss. Even many of my students Okay, there's a one question that popped up. सर मुझे कुछ अपने बच्चे की हाइट बढ़ाने के लिए बताएं. Okay, so when it comes to increasing height, there are very simple practices for kids, and especially for kids because it is a time from like till 20, 18 to 20, students or kids can achieve height what they want. So still they are growing. So the practices they can do is, I would suggest, do tadasana. It's like when you stand on your toes and raise your hands above your head, and you stretch your entire body from your head to toe. So that's one of the practices that I would recommend to anyone who wishes to like gain height. Gain height, they should do that. And I would suggest include backward bends. Do exercises where you are tend to bend backwards. So those kinds of practices. Again, don't do advanced practices unless you are under the guidance of some yoga guru or some yoga trainer. So don't do that. At home, you can do simple practices just by spreading your legs and by supporting your back. You just simply bend backwards. This is enough. You can do Bhujang Asan, the cobra pose that we know, and Chakrasan is enough. You can do Setu Bandhasan. These are some of the practices that you can do to gain height. That would really help if you do that. Okay, come back to the question we were discussing. I hope I answered your question. Please let me know if you're satisfied. Give a thumbs up. Okay, I got a question. It says, cervical क्यों होता है? Okay, the cervical is a pain that you get behind your back, and it is generally because of the bad posture. अगर आप बहुत ज़्यादा झुक के बैठते हैं और काम झुक के करते हैं, आगे की तरफ ही झुके रहते हैं, तो जनरली पीपल टेंड्स टू गेट सर्वाइकल पेन. बिकॉज क्या होता है, जब आप बहुत ज़्यादा झुकते हैं तो जो हमारी स्पाइन होती है उसके बीच में कुछ क्वेश्चंस होते हैं. तो जब आप आगे झुकते हैं तो क्या होता है, जो क्वेश्चंस होते हैं वो पीछे की तरफ शिफ्ट होने लगते हैं, एंड द बोन्स जिनके बीच में क्वेश्चन है वो आपस में टच होने लगती है. सो वी ऑल्सो कॉल्ड इट हर्निएटेड डिस्क. अगर ऐसा भी होता है तो इन वर्स्ट केस, तो अगर आप बहुत ज़्यादा झुकते हैं, डोंट डू दैट. यू कैन डू सिंपल प्रैक्टिसेस जो अभी मैंने बताया. बैकवर्ड बेंड्स अगर आप करेंगे तो आप भुजंगासन कर सकते हैं. नेक रोल्स जब आप जनरली करते हैं तो उसके लिए ध्यान रखें. नेक रोल्स में हमें क्या करना होता है, जो अपनी गर्दन है उसको हमें राइट से लेफ्ट एंड लेफ्ट से राइट पीछे पीछे ही रोटेट करना है. डोंट बेंड फॉरवर्ड लाइक दिस. डोंट बेंड योर नेक फॉरवर्ड, बिकॉज जो इशू अराइज हुआ है वो इसी वजह से हुआ है. अगर हम बहुत ज़्यादा आगे झुकते हैं तो उसी से प्रॉब्लम होती है. तो जितने भी बैक बेंड वाले आप प्रैक्टिसेस करेंगे जिसमें आपकी नेक पीछे जाती है, तो वो आप कर सकते हैं. उस वजह से आपका जो सर्वाइकल है वो दूर हो जाएगा. Sir, is there any yoga to gain muscles? Yes, definitely there are. अगर आप योगा करते हैं, so the thing is, आप एक अगर आप सोच रहे हैं कि आपका जिम बिल्ड बॉडी हो जाएगी और लाइक आप बहुत ज़्यादा मस्कुलर हो जाएंगे, तो इट कैन हैपन, इट विल टेक टाइम. बट अगर आप मैं सिर्फ योगा की ही बात करूं, आप सिर्फ और सिर्फ योगा ही कर रहे हैं, तो आपकी बॉडी को वो टोन कर देगा. दैट्स द बेस्ट थिंग. आप ना ओवरवेट होंगे ना आप अंडरवेट होंगे. एज योर बॉडी शुड बी, जैसी होनी चाहिए, एज द वे गॉड इंटेंडेड इट टू बी, वैसे आपकी बॉडी बन जाएगी. अगर आपको ज़रूरत है, आप अंडर वेट हैं और आप योगा की प्रैक्टिस करेंगे, तो डेफिनेटली आपका वेट बढ़ेगा, आपका मसल मास भी बढ़ेगा. और अगर आप ओवर वेट हैं और तब आप योगा प्रैक्टिस करते हैं, तो डेफिनेटली आपका एक्सेस वेट जो है वो लूज हो जाएगा. तो आप एक जो स्टैंडर्ड फिगर होनी चाहिए, जो आपका परफेक्ट वेट होना चाहिए, जो आपका मसल मास होना चाहिए, वो आप अचीव कर सकते हैं योगा के थ्रू. एंड डेफिनेटली इट इज़ प्रूवन. यू कैन फॉलो मी or you can watch my videos, or anyone you can find, you have a yoga trainer around you, you can do that as well. तो कहीं पे भी आप बस अपनी योगा की जर्नी को स्टार्ट कीजिए and you will see the results. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. If you have any question, you can ask me related to yoga or maybe your personal problems. I will answer them. Or till then, I will continue the question that I had from my student. It was, yeah, can yoga help with weight loss? It was the question we were discussing. तो अगर आप weight loss करना चाहते हैं, so you can definitely do that. I would suggest start slow as usual. For me, it's like the mantra. If you are someone who's just getting started to do yoga, start slow. Then you can generally go to advanced practices. You can raise your level. So for the weight loss, I would suggest you to do side bends as much as you can do. Maybe trikonasana you can do, and tadasana. These are one of the practices. And chair pose with a twist, you can do that. Parshukonasana are one of those things. And Surya Namaskar. I cannot emphasize enough to practice Surya Namaskar. If you are someone who is overweight, do start with 2 to 3 rounds. You see on online how to do that. You can check on my channel how to do Surya Namaskar. Do with proper breathing pattern and correct postures. You will definitely lose weight. You will get flexibility. Surya Namaskar is something that you can do if you don't have sufficient time, or you are running late and you don't have much time to show up on your mat. So what you can do, you can practice yoga. Oh, sorry, Surya Namaskar. At least 2 to 3 rounds. It will give you a complete warm up of your body. It will warm up your muscles. It will make your joints awake. It will awake you. So it's like a quick shot of espresso in the morning. You can skip coffee and do couple of Surya Namaskars, and that will wake you up and help you remove your excess weight from the body. Okay, there's another question. Sir, is there any yoga to remove back pain? Yes, there is. If you are suffering from back pain, if it's cervical or lumbar pain, I would suggest to do back bends. Do as much back bends as you can and avoid forward bending asanas. This is one of the points that I want to tell anyone who's watching this video. If you are suffering from back pain, do not do those exercises where you have to bend forward. Try do those exercises where you have to bend backwards, like neck rolls. One of those things I just told you. Do this. If you have cervical pain, you can do this. Lock your fingers behind your back, and as you breathe in, expand your chest like this. Do this couple of times. And what you can do is place both of your hands on your head, on your forehead, and push it. Push your hand with your head and hand with your head. Make pressure on one of like this. Push both of the things against each other. That will help a lot. Do this from the behind as well, from the side as well. This will help to get rid of the cervical pain. If you are someone who is suffering from thoracic pain or lumbar pain, what you can do is do Ardha Chakrasana. Start with that. It's a standing backward bending pose. You can go with that. You can do Ostrasana. It's one of the best asana you can do for your back pain. It will take care of your cervical pain, your thoracic pain, your lumbar pain. Everything will be taken care of with this practice. It's simply you sit down, kneel down on your knees, and take your hand behind your back for the support, and simply bend backwards. That's there. And what else you can do is you can do cobra pose or bhujangasana, we can say. That is one of the best poses to cure any kind of back pain you have. And after that, you have Dhanurasana. It is a bit advanced version of Bhujangasana. So what you can do is you can look up all night online, or go through my channel. You will see how to do Bhujangasana, Dhanurasana. So that will help you a lot. And once again, if you are suffering from back pain, do not do forward bends. That's something I would recommend. And one more thing I've seen more people do, I think it's very good to get to talk like this. If you have back pain, do not practice Bhastrika and Kapalbhati. If you are someone who is struggling from back pain, do not practice Kapalbhati and Bhastrika. Keep that in mind. Or if you want to, if you really wish to practice that, do it with a back support. Sit against the wall with your spine erect, so that there is no space between your back and the wall. That's the best way to do Kapalbhati and Bhastrika. Even someone who's just started doing yoga, this is how you should start. Because if you hunch over, or if you bend forward and start doing Bhastrika and Kapalbhati, it will cause pain in your back. Definitely it will. And if you are suffering from back pain already, it will worsen it. So it's better to skip it or do it with the correct body posture. Is that by keeping your spine erect with the support of the wall. So what can I do for right body posture? Okay, so if you are struggling with bad posture, so I would recommend again do stretching, do Surya Namaskar, do Tadasan first and foremost. That's this. It will stretch your body from head to toe. So all your, I would say, skeleton, your muscles get aligned. So you can start with there. If you are struggling with, if you have a hunch while you walk, so start with the Bhujangasana or the chest openers. Do that where your chest is being open. So what it will do, if you have a hunch and you tends to bend forward while you're walking and while you're eating, so all those posture will take care of that, and eventually you will get there, your posture will become correct. I hope I answered your question. Yeah, you're welcome. We'll move to our next question. That is, we were discussing about the weight loss. So yes, I remember I already told, start slowly, and generally you can pick up the pace. You can go to Surya Namaskar. You can increase the repetition. You can do at least to start with 2 or 3 rounds, then you can go to 5, 10, 20, because yoga is all about listening to your body. If your body is allowing you to do one Surya Namaskar, do that. If your body is allowing you to do 5, do that. If you are willing to do 20, do that. Don't compare yourself with others. Don't get discouraged if you see someone doing like 50 reps of Surya Namaskar and you just started today and you are doing one Surya Namaskar. So don't compare yourself. Listen to your body. This is how we all started. Nobody can do 100 Surya Namaskar on their first attempt. Okay. So everyone have to start from the one. So do that. 1, 2, 5, listen to your body. It will completely say like, I don't want to do anymore. Don't push yourself too hard. Don't get injured. Don't get discouraged by looking at the others. So that was the thing I was saying about weight loss. Surya Namaskar will definitely help you to get rid of the excess fat you have. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Next question what we have is, how long should I practice yoga each day? Okay, that's one of the most common question among the students or anyone who's trying to pursue yoga, that how long should I practice? Okay, first of all, it depends how much time you have. If you have like 1 hour, 45 minutes, you have 1.5 hour, good for you, do that. But if you are someone who is struggling, first, you don't have the time. Second, it's hard to maintain consistency. Okay, so these are the 2 points that you should consider before like scheduling your yoga program. So what to do is start with 15 to 20 minutes. Don't do that more than 20 minutes. Start there. If you have time, go for 30 minutes maximum if you are just a beginner. So what will happen is it will make you easy to be consistent, and it will make you time efficient, because if most of us, because even when I was teaching yoga myself in university, I didn't have much time to do self practice. Even though I was teaching my students, I didn't have that much time to do all the practice that I usually did in my college time. So what you have to do is find time. If you find 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, do that. And what you can do is show up on mat daily, even if it's for single Surya Namaskar. Make a habit. If you have like 5 minutes, okay, what I'm gonna do is come on my mat, okay, do a couple of breathings, maybe some warm up, and after, like, if I don't have time, I'll do some Surya Namaskars, 1 round, 2 round, maybe 3 rounds. Matter of fact, it again depend upon the time you have, and that's all. After a couple of breaths, after a couple of round of Anulom Vilom, you can wind up. Hardly take 15 to 20 minutes, so you can do that, and you will build up the consistency, and you will get satisfied at the end of the day that okay, I did what I wanted to do. I wanted to show up on my mat. I did that, so you will feel like you achieved something, you didn't skip anything. Because there is a one say in yoga that if you practice yoga daily, you'll get advanced one day, you practice one more day. But if you skip yoga one day, it will take like you skip for 10 days. Okay, so it's a loss every time you miss it. So I don't want you to discourage, but I just want you to know how important it is to be consistent in your practices. All right. Sir, I'm a student. I have stress. How can I remove stress? Okay. Well, it depends in which class you have. But talking in general, students do have stress of like various kinds. If I'm thinking you especially mentioned you're a student, so I think you have stress related to your studies. Okay. So you generally, all the student, there's a reason why do they get stress. Okay, you're in ninth standard. Okay, so you just like come to ninth class. So I would say like there is a at least when I was in ninth student, there was a huge jump. The level of studies you have in eighth, it completely level up like 10 times in ninth. So yeah, I can understand that. So what you can do is, as yoga, you practice daily, you study daily. Even if it's you don't have time, you might be going to tuitions, you are doing extracurricular activities, going school. Study at least 1 hour daily. And when I mean study, you read your chapters, you learn, because written work and project work doesn't considered as study. What I want you to do is self study. I want you to do swadhyay, study on your own. आप अपनी बुक्स को देखो एंड रीड द चैप्टर्स, बिकॉज नाउ यूर इन नाइन्थ स्टैंडर्ड. इट्स टाइम लाइक आपको क्वेश्चंस जो होते हैं बुक के बीच में से आने लगते हैं. सो इट्स लाइक यू गो थ्रू द चैप्टर्स, गो थ्रू द क्वेश्चन आंसर्स, show up daily, practice daily, and in the end, what will happen when there are exams? You have already read, already gone through your syllabus, so you will be less stressed. Because one of the most reason, the most important reason, I would say, that student get stressed when they are talking about stress and studies is like if there is exam and you have not studied enough, obviously you will get stressed. So what I can say is be consistent. That's what yoga teaches us. And talking about yoga, okay, so if you are struggling with focus, if you are like someone who's already studying and you cannot focus for longer hours, okay, that's how I should have answered. So if you are studied, you cannot focus for longer hours, start like before you go to study, do anulom vilom pranayam. 2 to 3 rounds is enough. So what it will do is keep your mind together. It will increase the focus, because generally when we are going to study, there are millions of things going around in our mind. Maybe you are thinking what you're going to have after your in dinner, what you're going to have, or maybe what's happening at home, maybe what's happening with your friends. Okay, things that are happening, it will happen at their time, at their pace. So do couple of rounds of anulom vilom before you go to study. Do Brahmri. This will help you focus for longer hours and you can absorb much more. So this is one of the proven fact. You can do Om chantings before you go to study, and that will definitely take your stress away. So that was all. I hope I answered your question. Yeah. So moving on to the next question that I have is, okay, we were talking about daily practice. Okay. The next question is again, what is the best breathing technique for stress? Okay, the question we just discussed. Alternate nose breathing or anulom vilom is one of those things that you can do if you're feeling stressed, if you're feeling anxious, you feel like having a panic attack. I know the situations are very worse when you have panic attacks and all, but if you can practice anulom vilom anytime you're feeling stress and all, what it will do, it will calm your mind. Because when it comes to stress and mental anxiety, mental agility, what we have in yoga is we say that you can control your mind with your breath and you can control your breath with your mind. So it's a vice versa. So if you feel like your thoughts are getting out of control, your emotions are getting out of control, and there are millions of things in your mind and you cannot focus enough or one thing, so what you can do is, first of all, notice what is your breathing pattern. You will notice that during stress, during anxiety, during panic attack, your breath will shorten. Your breath will be shallow. So what you have to do, start with deep breathing. I know it sounds cliche, but start with deep breathing, because what you can do is, before practicing anulom vilom and such, start breathing normally. What it will do is, first of all, keep yourself it will keep you calm. It will calm your thoughts. Then once you start doing anulom vilom pranayam, again it will align your thoughts. It will help you focus on one thing, and that will take away the stress. Next question. Mm, Can yoga help with PCOS, back pain, or anxiety? Yes, it does. I have dedicated video regarding each and every topic on my channel. You can go check that out. Yoga for PCOS, yoga for back pain, yoga for anxiety. You can go check that out. And it definitely does, because when you do yoga, what it does, it help you check your hormone level. It will what I was saying, it will help you regulate your hormone level and your breathing pattern, and keep your posture correct. Your blood will flow more easily throughout the body without any restriction and all. So it will help you in all those segments. Next question. Which yoga is best for stress and anxiety? We just talked about this. What should I eat before and after yoga? Okay, that's one of the most asked question, that what you should eat before you practice yoga, and what you should eat after yoga. And there is like, I think the most correct question should have been, what should I eat and how long should I wait before I start practicing yoga, and how long should have I eaten before practice yoga. So what you should eat? Okay, when we are talking about yoga or any kind of exercise or physical activity you do, first off, any trainer, any coach, any yoga trainer will tell you this: first, avoid junk food. It's like, I know it's cliche, but you have to, because according to yoga perspective, if you eat junk food, if you eat rajasic or tamasic food, what it will do, it first of all create lethargy in your body. It will make you lazy and you won't feel enough motivated, or it would be so hard for you to be more consistent in your yoga practice. So avoid that. And what you should eat is generally the sprouts, maybe the home cooked food, but we all eat, that's just fine. And try to avoid very much spicy food, even if it's home cooked. I've seen many people, like, they put extra red chili, maybe pepper, and they eat like a food hotter than the spicy sauce. So don't do that. Just add salt or turmeric and all those spices, just enough to make food like not bland, make it palatable so that you can eat enough. Because even I would not recommend to eat boiled food or maybe just veggies and salad, because it will take time to get there. So if you're someone who's been eating like normal food, and I would say junk food, it would be a hard switch for you to go from here to there. So what you can do is keep eating what you are eating, avoid any junk food, and try to reduce your spices and salt in your food, so it will help you in the yoga journey. And with that being said, we were talking about how long you should eat before practicing yoga and how long you should wait before after practicing yoga to have your meal. So the question is, the answer is, I would generally recommend to eat at least 2 hours before you're practicing yoga. If you're practicing in evening, at least take 1.5 hour or 2 hours of gap between your yoga practice so that you can practice your more easily. And it is generally recommended to practice empty stomach. So if you wake up, you do your morning rituals, follow whatever rituals you do, and before doing breakfast or before showering, you can do like yoga and all your practices, and then take a good shower. You dress up and eat your meal. It's just completely fine. Wait at least 1 hour after you're done practicing yoga. So after 15 to 20 minutes or so, you can have your water, because it is not recommended to drink water in between the practice or right after the practice, because I think everybody knows, like during any physical activity your body tends to heat up. So if you drink water right after or during the practice, it will harm you obviously. So don't do that. Take at least 15 to 20 minutes of gap before you drink water, and once you are filled with water, you are completely hydrated. What you can do, wait for at least again 30 to 45 minutes before you have your meal. That's there. So okay, next question I have is, can you improve posture? Yeah, we just discussed how can you improve your posture. How do I breathe properly during yoga? Okay, that's one of the question that practitioners do have in their mind when they are practicing. How to breathe properly? So first of all, what I would highly recommend is to practice yoga under a yoga teacher or a yoga guru, or you can watch my videos online. You can watch any other yoga influencer or somebody who's teaching yoga. What you can do is listen to that, especially during my practices. What When I teach, I emphasize on the breathing pattern. When you should inhale, when you should exhale is one of the key points, because if your breathing pattern is not right during yoga practices, instead of giving you the benefits, it will end up harming you. So yeah, it does. So what you have to do is be focused on, first of all, listen to the instruction. Your trainer might be telling you when to breathe in, when to breathe out, and when to keep breathe normally as you are breathing. So that's there. The general, I would say, the rule that one everyone should remember is that when you are moving away from the ground, all right, when you are moving, your head is moving away from the ground, this is when you generally inhale. When you are moving towards the ground, this is when you exhale. So that's there. And when you are in the final posture, like if you have come to a certain posture, like let's just say you are practicing vakrasana, or maybe you are doing twist, when you're in the final position, so if you are told to hold for 10 seconds, what you can do is, for those 10 seconds you keep breathing normally. Don't try to hold your breath. If you are in the final position, keep breathing normally as you are. Don't try to inhale way too much. Don't try to exhale way too much. Don't try to alter your breath. Just stay there and keep breathing normally as your body is telling you to. Just maintain that pace and be there. So that's one of the thing that you should keep in mind, that how to breathe while you are practicing yoga. And it was about like bending forward and bending backward, is that's there. If you are practicing twistings, what you can do is, when you are in initial position, when you are not twisting, inhale there, and as you exhale, as you are twisting to like backwards or bending to the side, that's when you exhale. And then if you are in the position, you are in the perfect posture, stay there for like how long your trainer is telling you, and maybe how long you are feeling, like 10 seconds, 5 seconds, as a matter of fact. Stay there and keep breathing normally. Just normally inhale and exhale, and when you feel like coming back to your center position, take a deep breath in and come to the initial position, take rest, and maybe go for the second round. This is how it is recommended to breathe during the yoga practices. All right. Okay, so one of the question that I think I should answer, that's a general query that students and practitioners have, is for females, that whether they should or should not practice during menses, or when they are having periods. So you should definitely, but there are certain poses that are more beneficial for you to get rid of the pain maybe you are experiencing, and there are certain practices that you should not. So one of the things that you can practice is maybe those asana where are you on the ground, maybe do cat and cow pose, maybe do baddha asana, maybe the child pose. You can do all those exercises that will help you elevate all the symptoms that you have, and it will help you for the good flow. That was the question. And yes, during this time, during your menses, avoid any asanas, any practices that requires more physical effort, because already during this time females are generally drained, they are suffering from the pain, they are losing blood and getting weaker. So don't do those exercises or don't do those practices that require more physical strength. So avoid those exercises. Don't do the practices that are very vigorous like surya namaskar and all. Don't try to do like 10 rounds. If you are normally you are doing 10 rounds and maybe 20 rounds during your menses, skip that. Maybe one round or two, and with like 5 to 6 breathing, you can hold every posture for 5 to 6 breath. That would be recommended. But avoid all those hardcore practices, maybe where you are doing things for your abs, maybe knock asana and all the twisting. Skip that. Do just baby pose, cat and cow, simple stretches that will help you. Maybe the goddess pose, that's one of the pose meant for this. So you can do that and it will help you elevate all your pain. So that's there. So that was all from me. That was all from my side. I have a list of couple of questions that I thought I should answer, and that would help all of my viewers who are watching this video. If you have any question, you can ask. And if you are someone who's new to my channel, please like this video, subscribe to the channel. It will help me a lot to make more such videos, make more content online to help all the people learn yoga, start their journey on yoga. So that would mean a lot to me if you do that. And that is all from me. If you have any questions, you can ask. Yeah, I guess that's it. So thanks a lot for once again, it was a 7-day journey. All of us were here practicing yoga for 7 days. From last 7 days, it is the 7th day. I thought it would be great to have a Q&A. So we did that. So if you want to check out all the sessions that we did for past 6 days, including this one, it will be present on my YouTube channel. I will create a separate playlist so you can check out each and every day's practice there. And I'll keep uploading more yoga videos. And when you come online again, okay, I will try to schedule at least 2 sessions online every week so we can practice all together. And I'll be uploading videos on online on my channel, so you can go there, you can check that out as well, so you can practice along and you can do that. Yeah, you can do that. So that was all from my side. Once again, thank you so much for being the part of this journey. And it meant a lot to me for those who's been consistent, those who've been supporting me. And okay, that's all. Namaskar.